Hey everybody, this week's Torah portion is Parshas Teitzei, and in this week's Torah portion we find a very interesting mitzvah. The Torah tells us that if a person wants to plow a field and he needs two animals to be harnessed onto the plow, the person has to be very careful not to plow using an ox and a donkey together. Meaning you can use two donkeys or two oxes, but if you want to hook up a donkey and an ox together, not allowed. It's actually a biblical prohibition, one of the 613 commandments, that we cannot plow using an ox and a donkey together. Now, the simple explanation for that would be because an ox and a donkey are not the same size. One is much bigger than the other. The ox is obviously much bigger, which would cause discomfort to one of them when the weight is shifted more onto one than the other. However, there's another reason that our rabbis say. Tosfos, one of the commentaries on the Torah, says as follows. He says, an ox is constantly chewing. It regurgitates, and it's always in a state of chewing, and it's always making noise while it chews, which will be very annoying for the donkey that's sitting there right beside it, because a donkey does not regurgitate. A donkey eats and then it works, and because of that, the donkey is going to be annoyed at all the noise it's hearing coming from the chewing of the cow. Now, the reason this is so interesting is we have to ask ourselves, how big of a deal is it already to the donkey that it hears the chewing sounds of the cow? I'm sure there's other things going on in a field that are not so comfortable, including the yoke that would be on its back. The last thing on its mind, if I were a donkey, the last thing on my mind would be that there's an annoying chewing sound coming from the worker next to me. I'd be much more concerned with the fact that I have a big yoke on me, and my existence as a donkey wouldn't be that too pleasant altogether, probably. So what is the Torah trying to tell us? Apparently, what the Torah is trying to tell us is how careful we must be with the pain of another. Granted, there might be a little infinitesimal discomfort for the donkey, but we have to be sensitive to that discomfort, and all the more so to our fellow human being. If there's somebody who what we do is annoying to them, we have to take that into consideration, and we have to make sure to do whatever we can to avoid causing another person pain. If we have to be so careful with the donkey's feeling that any little noise that bothers it we have to be sensitive to, all the more so with the feelings of our fellow human being. On behalf of Makar, have a Shabbat Shalom.